Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry, and today I'm going to be looking around Park City Ski Resort, showing you what some of the summertime activities are they have going on here. And I'm also going to take a ski lift ride up the mountain to get some views around the whole area of the ski resort and down into the valley, and explain a few things to you about skiing, which I used to do a lot of when I lived here in Salt Lake City. I used to come to Park City to ski quite a few times. So if you're not that familiar with ski areas, then maybe you'll learn something today that hopefully you can use, because snow skiing has been one of my favorite things to do my whole life. If you haven't ever done it, you really should give it a try. So let me show you around the Park City Ski Resort. They have two ski lifts running. That one called the Paylay, and this one called the Crescent goes a little higher up. So that's the one I'm going to take. They also have this slide that you can do that goes way up there from the top of the Paylay lift. Here comes one. Or two. They get pretty slow when they get down here near the bottom. There's something else you can do. That's a mountain coaster that goes across this track underneath the ski lift here. They also have these lifts with the bicycle racks, so you can carry your bike up and then ride it back down to the bottom, like on this trail here, the gravel dirt trail. Or if you want to get a little crazy, you can take the long way around. There's one of their snow making machines. I thought it was going to be a lot cooler up here than down in Salt Lake City, but just barely it is. There's another snowmaker. I've skied here many times. The other ski area that is to the west, just a few miles to the west of Park City, is called Iron Mountain. Back when I lived here, it was called Park West, and me and my friends would go there most of the time because the lift tickets were a lot less priced. Park City was a much more uppity ski area where the tourists come from out of state. In the last few years when I skied, I always went down the most difficult slopes. I loved to jump around those moguls. I got pretty good at it by then. The price to take this ski lift up during the summer is $27 for all day, but at 5 o'clock they dropped the price to $17, so you save $10, but then you've only got 2 hours before they shut down. But that's plenty of time to go up and look around, take your pictures, and maybe eat at the restaurant up there, but that's about all there is to do. Once you've seen it, you head on back down. But then if you take your bicycle up, you can take all the time you want getting back down. And also, if you hike down, you can easily hike down, and again, then you can go down at whatever pace you want. They just close the ski lifts at 7 p.m. They don't have one lift that goes all the way to the top, and when you're skiing, you want to go all the way to the top. You just get off here and then you just ski over to where the other lifts, as it shows here, start. You get on and you go up further. You can see another lift up here that goes higher up, so you may have to take 2 or 3 lifts to get all the way to the very top. And they've got this really large ski trail map here. So this is the one I took right here that says Crescent. So once you get to the top of that one, then you can ski down a little bit to that one and then go up to there. Then for the top of that one, you ski down a little bit to where you get onto one of those two that takes you higher up. From this one, you ski over to the right there, you get on that lift, and that takes you, Jupiter, to the very top. Jupiter says elevation 10,026. So that's as high as you can go. So I think it takes 4 different lifts to get from the bottom to the top, but you get a little skiing in between each one of the transfers. And there's 2 major parts to it. On the left here is called Mountain Village, and then this looks like another ski area on the right. It's called Canyons Village. But if you went up where I did, you can make your way over to the lifts on the other side. It's all the same ski area, just 2 major sections. So on the right, the highest point is this one. It says 9990. So in a whole day's time of skiing, you may not have time to do every single run that they have. This is one of the largest ski areas in Utah. Park City Ski Area's main rival is Snowbird Ski Resort, which is way on the south side of Salt Lake City. And it's about the same size, I think, as Park City. The Park West I told you about is much smaller. But still, it's a full day of skiing. It's not like you're going to get in less skiing. And in addition to the lodges that are down at the base, there's also ski lodge accommodations that are part way up the mountain. You can see this huge one here. But let me tell you, they're pricey. The only time I ever had to pay for a ski lodge accommodations is when I lived in Houston and I flew to New Mexico, Colorado, or Utah to go skiing. There's a lake here in the distance. I don't know what the name of it is. It looks like it's a pretty good sized lake. Right beside that hotel there. If you're not a skier, you might not know this, but each run is designated as to how difficult it is. And the ones that are green with the circle are the easiest. The blue squares are more difficult. The black diamonds are the most difficult. And a double black diamond, you better be an expert skier or you could be in trouble. So you can't accidentally go down a run that's too difficult for you unless you're just really careless about not noticing the colors and the symbols. I think it's funny to see these people riding the chairlifts with face masks on. What are they afraid of catching up there? I wonder if they're going to wear those face masks when they're riding home in the car together. There's the top of one of the lifts, similar to the one that I rode up on. This one here. Well, I'm on my way back down now. Got a good view of the ski base from here, all the buildings. The bottom of the lift right there. And there's various other summer activities here. Some of the rides that I've showed you and things like that you can do here in the summer at Park City. This is a good time to come up here, 5-6 o'clock p.m. when the sun has gone down below the line of the trees. A lot cooler and shady. Got a nice breeze going on. It's quite a relief. From the heat walking around at the bottom. There's somebody going across there. Hope you've enjoyed the video, especially if you have not been to a ski area before, especially in the winter. Hope you've learned something from the few things that I explained. Really nice view from this point going down. Good day, folks.